Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is arrests, ball broken at the White House, truck stop this week. Now, I'm about to read another dream revision, and I get people sending me emails, say, hey, here's a name, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of this girl? So I'm going to say it this way, that not every person hears from God every time. And then also some people that we think are probably not hearing from God really are. So I'm going to say follow the Spirit of God, not necessarily follow the man or the woman. In other words, just because you heard something from them this time does not necessarily mean that the next thing is going to be from them. Also, don't seek who to follow. Seek which word is of God. Pray. Pray, and ask God to show you the truth. Because the Bible says in the mouth of two or three witnesses, let a thing be established. So I say that to just be cautious. Just because I put one name out does not necessarily mean I'm saying everything from that person is of God. Matter of fact, I can remember some things when I put something out for one person, and the next person I rolled my eyes, I thought, really? So it's not all necessarily of God. You got to be a judge. Obviously, if I put it on the program, I think it's from God. So this comes to us from Tim Sheets. I do not know Tim Sheets, never met him, but I believe this is of God. He may have put other things out. I don't know. I don't follow other ministries. I just do what God tells me to do. But I think this is of God. I think it's extremely powerful, and I think that it is giving us some very important things to pray against. July 2, 2022. I nodded off on a plane and dreamed that I'd gone to Washington, D.C. on July the 4th to Lafayette Park, which is across the street from the White House. I was there to drive a golden painted railroad tie stake. Yes, this is edited because, again, they don't normally put it out just the dream, which is the way I need to have it. So let me just say, as a matter of fact, when we moved into this house that I'm currently living in 17 years ago, we went to all four corners, we anointed with the oil, and we drove a stake. When Bree Keaton came to visit 7 or 8 years ago, we were just about to lose our house. It was about to be repossessed. Ministry wasn't going so well. We prayed over four corners. We drove a wooden stake into the ground, down below ground level. Consequently, I believe that they gave us a new loan for it, and we're currently in the house. If you ask me, I think that prayer and that stake saved our house. So I'm a believer in staking what they're doing here. This is very, very powerful. If you listen to Bree Keaton, she says she does this all the time, goes to places and drives stakes. She's got some amazing stories. So in that this guy's doing this, I'm telling you right now, this is real powerful. I tell you right now, this Tim Sheets, what he's done here in this one, this is really, really powerful. And our fast track, which prays for Prophecy Club, and the fast gap, which prays for America, we got to do this stuff. We got to pray like he's praying here. This is good. Let's go on. So he says, I was there to drive a golden painted railroad tie stake. We were trying to decide where to drive the stake. I said, well, what do you want to pray about? Well, let's pray about what to pray about. So we backed off where no people were around, and I see this guy coming toward us. And I said, guys, that's an angel. He walked right by us without looking at us, saying 6 times the word mercy, 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 mercy. And I think that that's a real good thing. We need to be praying for America right now. We need to be praying for mercy upon our nation. Not judgment, but mercy. He kept right on walking. We said, we've got to talk to him. So we turned to talk to him, but he was gone. It didn't take a genius to know what we were supposed to pray for, and that is for mercy. As I'm looking at the White House praying, I see another guy about 100 yards away carrying a tree trunk about 1.5 feet in diameter, about 12 feet long. I'm thinking, there's no way a human could carry a tree trunk that big. He can't be human. He's got to be an angel. He had muscles rippling all over him, carried it in only one arm, walking straight toward me. He stopped right in front of me, stared me right in the face, and I asked, "Why are you carrying that tree trunk?" In a language of the soldier, he said, "Sir, it's not a tree trunk, it's a battering ram." I said, "Well, what are you doing with it, soldier?" He said, "There are 4 of us surrounding the White House to break down Lucifer's protective barriers of Baal roots here." I said, "Why tell me?" He said, "Sir, permission to proceed." I said, "Soldier, proceed." Then the plane landed and I woke up. This is so powerful, so powerful. Ever since I read this, that's what I've been praying. And I tell you right now, when I send out the email this coming Tuesday night for both Fast Track and Fast Gap, I'm asking people to pray that God will send out his angels with battering rams to destroy the roots of Moloch and Baal. Just like he's saying here, 4 of us surrounding the White House. Now, if you watched yesterday's program, we're talking about there's a high probability that the internal revolution, the removing of evil in our land, is going to start sometime in the month of July, perhaps before August the 6th. And probably the reason that can happen is because things just like this are being prayed for. We have to pray that these barriers, these, like he says, Lucifer's protective barriers of Baal, okay, Moloch and Baal, he's right on. Moloch and Baal roots here are broken. We have to pray that. And since then, several times a day, every time I think about it, Lord, send out your ministering, protecting, guardian, and warrior angels to destroy the evil principalities and powers and rulers of darkness of this world and evil in high places, specifically sending out your angels to destroy Lucifer's protective barriers of Moloch and Baal roots across America, specifically in our media, in our government, our banking, our military, and, yes, the White House, Supreme Court, and the Capitol. I believe that this is the reason we can possibly have the chance of having a victory. Now, let's go on. Now, I can't say a lot of the words in this one, but it's real powerful. Timothy Dixon dreamed June 18, 2022. He says, "I was standing in St. Peter's Square, and the earth started cracking and opening up. I saw demons, evil spirits loose from darkness. I saw the Pope lay down in his bedchambers. Satan came to the foot of his bed with chains to chain him and carry him to hell." Now, I'm not trying to attack the Catholics. I don't know the heart of Pope. This is not me attacking him, okay? I'm just a delivery boy. I knew death was soon. As the earth began to open up, there was a great change in the land. Everything in our life was changing and would never be the same. Do you suppose that this is what we've been talking about for the last 2 days of the program? Everything in our life is changing and would never be the same. Do you suppose that's the internal revolution? That's what I suspect. I saw the great river Euphrates appearing outside of St. Peter's Square. I saw demons coming out of the Euphrates to invade the earth. Now, that's not the 4 demons that were bound in the great river Euphrates that would be loosed at an hour a day, a month, and a year to slay a third part of mankind. That's not the same. That happens on the, what is it here? Only a few months until Jesus returns. So we're not talking about the same thing. Same river, but not the same event. I saw demons coming out of the Euphrates to invade the earth. There was to be a fight like never before. I saw a spirit that stood up which said, "I am Jesus." It was claiming to be something that it was not. Many people began to believe. There were lying wonders. There was a great deception in the land to deceive many. People of God that knew the Lord began to unite. The body of Christ began to stand. The demons coming out of the hell looked almost like bats flying out of the cave. I saw spirits begin to fly out of the Pope's mouth. I knew Satan was using him. Satan had taken him. Satan wanted to use him, thinking the world would widely accept him through the Catholic Church, which I believe for a long time the false prophet will come out of the Catholic Church, and it will be some pope. I don't know that it's this pope. Many people accepted the Catholic Christianity as the positive source of Christianity. You got to understand that the enemy has some very, very high technology. I believe they have technology like Looking Glass that can see into the future. I believe they have time machines that can go forward and backward. I believe they have clone machines where they can take not two, but just one cell from your body, and the report is within 2 or 3 months can grow an entire body to look like the age you are. So what he's about to say here is saying that one of our heads has two people. That's cloning, okay? That may very well be possible. You have to understand that there's technology from demons, from the reptilians, from Lucifer. High tech, that's the same thing they were looking for when Eve ate of the fruit. She was looking for knowledge. Same thing when they built the Tower of Babel. They were looking for knowledge. So they found it to a certain degree. Not that humans found it. Anyway, let's go on. Fox News began to televise things that were taking place. And different other stations started turning on Fox News because they had turned and started reporting the truth about the things that had taken place these past couple of years. But as these different hearses, the line of funeral procession began to leave and head toward burying these people, I knew that this was telling me that this will be shown to the public. That's what we talked about in yesterday's program. It will be broadcast by the news. That is going to absolutely bury the administration. As it came out, I could see different people's homes, different settings across America, and that they could not believe some of the grossing details that had taken place for these people to try to steal their way in. America could not believe that they would go to such extent of murder and blackmail. God was revealing their sins. There was a great change taking place. The Lord had put in a new administration for the sake of revival, the harvest, called the last move of God. That is going to absolutely shake the world. Hallelujah. I saw another room apart from where KH was. I saw another room where DJT was sitting. There was a lady sitting at the desk beside him. PDJT, had to think how to say that. You know, I've already won this 2 straight terms, and this will be my 3rd term. You're going to be the vice president. Okay, did you catch that? DJT already won 2 times, wins a 3rd time, and he has a woman as a vice president. That's what the dream is saying. It was a female to be his vice president. He said again, we'll win it yet again. We'll win it yet again. Said it twice. But it'll happen before the 2024, I don't know if I can say that word. I better not. Was what he was saying. I thought, God, that is so great. As I began to listen and look at him, I thought, well, no one's really going to believe what I'm saying. But to the contrary, there were a lot of people that did listen, did hear, and did receive, and did believe. And it's like everybody began to come together in such a powerful, powerful way. That is what has made the United States of America united, that we've united ourselves together. I hope all of this is true. Just like some of the bad things can be prayed away, some of the good things might not come unless we pray for them to come. Another reason I encourage you to go to prophecyclub.com and sign up and become a member of Fast Gap, where you pray for America. Fast Track prays for Prophecy Club. Fast Gap prays for America. We're going to pray for some of this stuff. As I began to come out of the dream, I saw Senator Lauren Boebert of Colorado was standing in the office of DJT as the vice president, sitting at a chair. As I began to come out of the dream, DJT was sitting at his desk, and Lauren was standing beside him, and I thought, Lord, this would be just absolutely wonderful. But he just made the statements that I won twice. This will be my 3rd term. And this is who he saw standing next to him. This is Senator Lauren Boebert from Colorado, and she's kind of famous for her right hand, if you're looking at this, the picture to the left, which I won't talk about. So I suggest, well, here, let me just explain. I thought this was interesting, so I want to bring this to you. This is actually a map of how the power grid is shared, because we tend to think, say, for example, down here in Texas, oh, well, we would never have a power outage. Yeah, well, we used to say that until not this past winter, but winter before last, when a lot of us, including me, my electricity was on for 30 minutes, off for 30 minutes, on for 30 minutes, off for 30 minutes, for about 48 hours. And I mean, I had to take candles and all kinds of things to keep things from freezing up. Fortunately, we didn't have any bad damage, but that was because of blankets and I had candles. Now, I want you to notice here on the West Coast, we want to think, oh, well, okay, so if there's a problem here, that won't affect us over here. It won't affect us down here. Well, if there's a problem any place in this area, various places, if maybe not the whole thing could be shut down. Same thing, if there's a problem anywhere in the Northeast, all of it could be shut down. Texas kind of seems to be its own country, but the point is any place there could be a problem. So it could all be shut down, which is why I'd recommend you go to josephskitchen.com. And the little bit difference here. One is you want to get a machine package. I've talked about that before. That's what grinds your wheat berries into flour, put it into a flour bread machine, push a button, 2 hours, 20 minutes later, along with 6 other ingredients, and you have a loaf of bread. Wonderful hot loaf of bread. Then you decide how much food you want to have. You want to have food for 2 people a year, 4 people 1 year, 6 people 1 year. But here's the new part. We just started offering this. We've had a lot of people say, yeah, well, what happens when the electricity goes off? So I searched all kinds of different remedies. What do you do when your electricity goes off? I mean, I spent many days researching it. And it seemed like I had somebody email me, hey, this right here is real. Yeah, but they're out of them. Okay. The people got to have them. Okay. So you can say, well, there's a really good one over here, but if they're out of stock, they're out of stock. Okay. We're not going to help us. So here's what I found. I really like this little unit. I've got it sitting right here. I could reach over and, yeah, I will. Here in a week or so, we're going to get another new unit, and I'm going to show you how it all works. But I've got this. I've tested it. I mean, I've actually had this laying on my lawn. I've hooked my electricity, my computer. This computer has been hooked up to it. My bread machine. Here's what I found. Now, so I'm going to start with the bad news, because I figure if I'll tell you the bad news, then you know the rest of it is all good news. And the bad news is this. Since this little generator is powered by the sun, if you have a totally cloudy day and the sun is not out at all, then it is not going to power your refrigerator, and you will get a warm refrigerator. It is not strong enough to do that. Now, here in a few weeks, we plan to offer another one that is going to be strong enough to power it even in such a situation. However, it's going to cost over twice the price of this little rascal. Right now, this is probably the best deal going out there. I'm talking about somebody that has them in stock so that they can get them out to you. Now, what we're doing, to let you know, we're going to do this for about another week. We're going to see how many orders come in, and then based upon how many orders come in, then we're going to place our first large order. And I'm guessing that first large order will be 40 or 50 of them. But we will see. We'll see how many you order. You order a lot of these, and we'll get them. And we can get them in 3 to 5 days. So at least that's what we're told. Now, let me explain it. So this is the unit. Now, think of this as just a battery, okay? But it's not just any battery. There's 3 kinds of batteries. Lead acid, like you put in your car, that's garbage for what we're talking about. Lithium, like is in your cell phone, that's still garbage, because a lithium only has about 500 cycles. That means when you charge it up, you run it down, charge it, and don't run it below 20%, or you'll kill the lithium. So lithium is not good for this. This is what they call an iron phosphate battery. And this particular one has about 2,500 cycles. 2,500 cycles. And it can go to 0, though we don't recommend you take it to 0. No battery likes to go to 0. You can charge it all the way, or you're going to discharge it all the way down to 20%, and then between 20 to 80%, it charges back up pretty quickly. From 80 up to 100, it takes a long time to charge. So we don't recommend you, unless you have just plenty of time and plenty of energy to do that. So anyway, it has 4 220-watt solar panels, and it has 1,800 continuous watts. The reason that's important is because that little mill that grinds the wheat berries into flour takes about 1,450. So we didn't want to get it too close. We want to have we don't want to get it right too close to the ceiling. So it needs to have 1,800 watts. This does. It also has a 1,488-hour watt hour storage. What does that mean? Well, my refrigerator out here uses about 3,000 watts to run for 24 hours. So that's the reason I'm telling you this is not powerful enough by itself to power a refrigerator for 24 hours. It would need to be at least 3,000 watt hours. However, to jump up to that, based upon my calculations and what I've seen here, it's not worth the price. I'll show you a better way to do it. So here's what they try to sell you. They try to sell you a big storage, but they only give you 2 little 100-watt solar panels. That's not enough. Then some of them will even, of course, that's only 600 hours or 600 watts. But what we do is instead we offer, our program is we put together 4 220-watt solar panels, 4 of them, because you don't get any power out of the battery unless you put it in with the solar panels. So it's better to have more power in the solar panels and less power in the battery. So what we're trying to do is get you a budget. We're trying to get you something so that it will at least make bread even on a cloudy day. And then most of the rest of the time it'll do really, really powerful. And that's what this is. So with this particular setup, like we're offering, you're going to have 4 220-watt solar panels. That's pretty powerful. So that means it's going to charge your battery during the day, but as it's charging, you can still make bread, run your computer, your cell phones, and a refrigerator. This will run a refrigerator unless you get a cloudy day. It's powerful enough, and probably your refrigerator can go a couple of hours with no electricity. I haven't been able to test that yet. I did try to see if it would go 24 hours, and no, it won't. But this is a nice little unit. I've had it now for a couple of weeks, and I really like it. So here's the bottom line. On a sunny day, it'll make 3 loaves of bread, run your fridge, your computer, your phones. On a partly cloudy day, it'll do about half that. But on a cloudy day, all of them, they're all like that. Okay, if you have clouds, you don't have any power. And it's partly cloudy is partly power. So what we suggest, and yes, we're going to have a more powerful unit here in a couple of weeks. But understand, it's going to be over twice the price. So if you're looking for something to what I think will do the job, to make bread, and to keep you up and going, to, how do I say this? For the best bang for the buck, this is what I think it is. Now, yes, I'm looking forward to the more powerful unit. And it has not actually arrived. We have actually paid money for it and ordered it, and it's on the way. And as soon as I test, I'll let you know about that. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be over twice the price. So unless you want to spend twice the price, this is probably the unit that you really want to get right here. 4 220-watt solar panels, and you can use this to make bread. Delicious, homemade, healthy, nutritious, homemade bread. And these are loaves that I've actually made, and I've actually cooked and eaten and cut and everything. You get them at josephskitchen.com. Right down here is where you go to order this solar generator. And if you're thinking about getting gold or silver, we're going to send you to cornerstoneassetmetals.com. Tell them your Prophecy Club. They love Prophecy Club people because they're informed. Also, I want to recommend you get my Watchmen package. I haven't talked about this in a while, but I got them right here. In this Watchman's package, you get 2 of these 2-foot by 3-foot big charts. Okay, that's one chart. Let me show you the other chart here. And here's the other chart. So these great big charts, 2-foot by 3-foot charts, and they are they're vinyl. They are very nice. Put them up on the wall, 2-foot by 3-foot, and I've got them right here. Of course, it's just 8.5 by 14 charts, so I can refer to them. But if I had a wall a little closer to me, I'd put these up here. Also, you get my handwritten book of Revelation. This is where I hand wrote out the book of Revelation all the way through it, all of the scriptures, and I memorized it. Now, all of this has all of my notes in it. Here, let me pick a page that has some notes. If you see out in the margin there, it has notes. What I think these scriptures are talking about. And then last year I did a School of the Watchmen, and there's like 18 hours, I think it was. It's on 5 DVDs. We're putting all that together with 5 copies of my very powerful book, Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy. It's valued at $355 for a gift of $200. You get both charts. You get the 5 discs. You get my book and my book. My book and my book. All for a gift of $200. Very, very good deal. Also, I recommend you go to prophecyclub.com and get all 5 of my books. And I didn't write this one, but I did organize it. You get How Pre-Trib 1, Daniel, Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy, Miss the Mark, and you get 1 set of each of them, which is actually 40 books for a gift of $100 at prophecyclub.com. And if you don't have this right here on your car, you'll want to get it. This is an EMP shield device. This one goes on a car. All you have to do, it's simple. They have videos show you, but you just put the black wire on the black side of your battery. The green wire attaches to the body of the car, and the red wire attaches to the red side of the battery. And then the back peels off. You don't even have to put any holes in your car. Back peels off. You stick it someplace under your hood. Takes about 10 minutes for us people that are not mechanically inclined. Probably people mechanically inclined more like 5 minutes to put it on, and then you're good to go. If you'll go to empshield.com, put in the promo code prophecy, you get a $50 discount for everything that you order there. Good deal. Good deal. If you go to watchprophecyclub.com, we have a very awesome special for you. We're offering 7 2.5-hour DVDs valued at $210, normally $30 each, for a gift of $20. All of them you can watch for a gift of $20, and you can stream them all, 7, for the next 90 days, all for a gift of $20. Now, here are the 7 you get to watch. Russian Defector Invasion Warning with Stanislav Lunev. This is the guy that came over and said, yes, they've smuggled suitcase nuclear bombs in America. This is the guy. You want to see him? Here it is. And then Russia's secret weapon to defeat America, Bill Snevelin, talking about scalar wave. Russian Bear Awakes me, talking about how the Russian bear has been awaking. And the Storm Judgment Revival, this is what we talked about a lot from Shane Warren when he's talking about how he saw a storm, an economic storm, and then the Gulf Lakes open up all the way down to Mexico, things like that. Top Secret Soviet War Plans by Jeff Nyquist. This is the guy that researches various Russian defectors. He's the one guy that brought us Stanislav Lunev, and he talks about how they plan to take out America. Then we had Pastor Massey talk on Babylonians Are Coming. He had like 7 different dreams or visions, also talking about the fall of America. And my favorite speaker, Henry Groover, talking on I Saw Subs Attack America. Now, here's how you can watch all 7 of them for a gift of $20. Go to watchprophecyclub.com, and then you want to click right here. Or actually, just scroll down to here, and it'll look like this. Click on Russia and Bible Prophecy. Click right here, and then you can go in, click here, you sign up. Now, this is a really good deal to get Russian Video 7 DVD bundle for $20 for 3 months. That's a good deal. But the best deal is right here. You can get $20 a month forever, and you can watch a number of over 300 DVDs. But the best deal is right here. Get an annual subscription, $200 a year, and you can have all of these 300 DVDs at your access anytime you want to, and you can do that by going to watchprophecyclub.com. The best deal is not $20 a month. The best deal is $200 a year, and you can watch over 300 DVDs. Really good deal. WatchProphecyClub.com. Go check it out. $20 a month or $200 a year. Click like, share, subscribe, and send to a friend.